This is verse 3 of the 19th chapter of the Gospel of Matthew. Matthew has recorded for us that Jesus has come down opposite Judea. He's on the far side of the Jordan, on the east side, carrying on a ministry there of teaching and healing. And presumably some religious leaders, Pharisees, have come from Jerusalem, not all that far, to the fords of the Jordan, crossed over, and they're hoping to trip Jesus up. So they ask him a question about marriage and divorce. And that's what the question is that's reflected here. So we have kai, the connective pros eothone, from prosergamai. This is the third person plural, aorist active indicative. They came. Pros verbs will typically take the dative as we have it here, so they came to him. Auto, dative singular masculine. The subject of the verb is Pharisaioi, the Pharisees, so the Pharisees came to him. Present participle, pyrodzontes, from pyrodzo, means to test or to tempt. It can actually mean both, to put someone to the test, or to try to seduce them into some bad act, to tempt them. It's the same term used sometimes for the action of the devil, trying to tempt people or seduce them. So the Pharisees came to him, testing him. Auton, the direct object of the participle here, referring to Jesus. Accusative, singular masculine. Kai, legontes, and saying. This is another present participle, so they're testing him, saying. If, takes the indicative typically, here used idiomatically with existent, which means it is lawful. So they're asking him, is it lawful? If it is lawful is the idea. Is it permissible? Anthropo, from anthropon, a man. This is the dative singular. For a man. So is it lawful for a man? Apolusai, from apoluo, to dismiss. Of course, the sense here is to divorce. Is it lawful for a man to divorce? Tain gunaika, from gune, woman, the woman. The wife, autu, possessive pronoun, gender singular masculine, of him. Kata, used with the accusative here, means on the basis of, with respect to, according to divorce his wife, according to. Pasan, every, it's a singular. Aition, from aiteo, means to ask. This is a noun form, and it gives rise to the idea of a cause, something asked for, which becomes, in some sense or other, a cause, a reason, a justification, that idea. So, for any cause. This is, of course, a hot debate that was going on at the time. There were two rabbinic schools. Hillel, the more liberal school, said a man can divorce his wife for any reason, including something as trivial as cooking a meal he didn't like, something like that. Shammai, the much more restrictive and conservative rabbi leader, was insisted that only for sexual immorality of some kind would a divorce be permitted. The Pharisees are, I'm sure, were expecting to Jesus decide one way or the other, and either way that Jesus went, they'd be able to impugn him. If he went the liberal view, they could say, well, this guy doesn't really hold up the law. And if he went to the conservative view, then he might get himself in trouble with, especially even the ruling king, Antipas, who, of course, had divorced his wife and married another for very unjustifiable reasons, apparently. And so either way, it looks like Jesus is going to get himself in a trap here if he answers the question. And, of course, the ensuing discussion explains how Jesus, in fact, does respond to this question.